Hey guys, Jenna here. Welcome to my channel where I feature tiny homes and unique home tours. One of my favorite things about tiny homes is that they can be used in a variety of different ways. So I've shown you how they can be used for full-time living, part-time residences, as vacation homes or rentals, as a place for a small business, and even as a backyard cottage for your mother-in-law. But never have I shown you how a tiny house could be used as a home addition to a small house on a foundation. That is, until today. We're gonna meet a family of 5 who needed to expand their living space quickly. So they decided to buy a tiny house, park it as close as they could to their small home, and use it as 2 extra bedrooms and a bath for their 2 eldest children. This allowed the kids to have a little bit of privacy, but also keep the family close together. And that's really important to this family in particular. Grandparents, parents, and children all live on the same plot of land where they tend to the animals and also have community areas. This type of multi-generational living is not something that you see very much in the United States anymore, and I think it is truly inspiring.
We are the Dolan's family,
and we're excited to show you our
Kichi Casa.
Brett and I moved out here onto the property about 19 years ago. Built this carriage house. It's about 1,200 square feet. And at the time it was just the 2 of us. And then, 3 kids came. For years we were feeling the squeeze in our house and sharing rooms, and it's fine when kids are little, but the older they get, it gets harder. It was a lot of time and money and permitting to do an addition. Our brains were sparked with the option of doing a tiny house as an extra bedroom. For me, this has really been the absolute perfect answer. I mean, it's exceeded our expectations. So this is kind of their little refuge, so it's worked out beautifully. It still is close and it is attached to our house now, so it still feels like part of the house, but also like a little separate.
We kind of approached it as, we're doing bedrooms, that's really our main need, and so we wanted to do it very simple and basic.
We saw the potential of how cool these tiny houses could be, and the fact that this is their little project. They were really excited about the actual space.
Our builder came in with kind of a lower end of the budget for us.
And when all was said and done, it was about $67,000. It took about 6 months for the builders to complete the project from the time we put the deposit down until they delivered it to our house.
Here we are standing outside of our tiny house bedroom, and we're super excited to show you the inside, so come on in. As I kind of looked at tiny houses online and saw that they could be really cool and customizable, I started getting really excited. So when we decided for sure that we wanted to go ahead and start building a tiny house, I got to be there for the meeting between the tiny house builder and his wife, and they helped us customize it and design it so that it would best fit our needs. And I got to kind of help design my loft and how high I wanted the ceiling to be and all of that. So here I am in my tiny bathroom. We have a Nature's Head composting toilet. We have a pretty good sized corner shower. And then we also have our sink and vanity back here. And we were able to get a pretty good sized bathroom in our tiny house. I'm used to not having a huge bathroom, so it's been a pretty easy adjustment for me. One thing that comes with living in a tiny house is finding storage in unlikely places. Under the stairs that lead up to my bedroom loft, we have a lot of storage. My sister has her little closet here, and then I have my closet under the top step here. I feel like I have pretty much enough room for clothes, but I can't have like a limitless amount of clothes. I definitely need to always be kind of getting rid of some. So now we're gonna go up and look at my loft. This is my bedroom. I have a full-size bed in here, and as you can see, I barely have enough room to sit up, but it does make it a little bit cozier. I have this nice window that looks out over my neighbor's farm. I can see their silo, so that's really cool. And then I also have a lot of storage over here. I can keep most of my clothes there, and I have a nice shelf. The thing I like about a loft is I feel like this is a great space to be away from my family if I need a little break, and I loved decorating it. It was really fun to kind of choose my decorations. It was like my first space that I wasn't sharing with my sister. So when I was deciding on how to decorate my loft, I definitely used a lot of Pinterest ideas. I bought a lot of things off of Etsy. And then I also have this really cool picture of my great-great-grandma who lived in Kansas. She's an inspiration to me because she was the first female in our family to go to college. Over here I have my ecosphere, and it has brackish shrimp living in it, and they are self-sustainable. So basically the algae in their water creates oxygen, and it's also food for them. So it's really cool. They're a self-sustaining ecosystem. So now we're on the opposite end of the house, and this is where my sister's room is. She has a ground level room. Out her window she can see the goats, so she really likes that. And it was important to her to have a closed off space, so she has a pocket door if she needs privacy or quiet. So this is our hangout loft. It's just an extra space for us to chill. A lot of things that we like to do up here is reading. We also love listening to the rain in here because it has a metal roof, so you can hear the rain really well. These sofa cushions that I'm sitting on, they turn into beds, so when I have my friends over, if they wanted to spend the night, they could sleep up here.
Raising kids out here, you know, they have chores and animals, so we just made the decision as a family, this is our lifestyle. We share responsibilities, we help each other, we do things together. I think this is probably how families were meant to live. The lifestyle really fits what we love and what we value.
The girls threaten that they'll never move away. So they really love this place, this land. I mean, it has shaped who they are. I guess goals of being out in this area is to create community and draw people in and connect people.
You know, how can we use what we have to help others? Welcome to our farm-ette. I'm going to give you a little tour of our home. So this property my dad bought in 1975. So I actually had the privilege of growing up here. You will notice our goats here. Our first batch of babies came during COVID. So we started a little something called COVID Relief Goat Therapy, and we put a sign up on the road. Neighbors would come and just be with the goats and the babies, and it was very therapeutic, especially during COVID lockdown. It was an amazing year of just community and people being together, especially during COVID, and it brought such joy. So this is Janet. She's our little Silky. We have too many chickens to count, and we have 2 turkeys. We do eat meat, so we like to teach the kids where meat comes from and just how to raise them. Our girls do 4-H, so they show the chickens at fair, and so kind of multi-purpose. We love our chickens. The roosters aren't our favorite, they're loud, but they are beautiful. My dad built this about 10 years ago as a place for meals and gathering. It's a really beautiful, peaceful area. Often at night we'll have a bonfire and just sit out at night and watch the stars. Behind this place is the orchard with all the fruit trees. So we have apple tree and plum tree. So this is our house in the back of the property. We had it put in about 19 years ago. Right outside our back deck is the pond. And also behind our house is Bunny Town, and that's where the girls keep their bunnies that they show at 4-H.
This is Bunny Town. We have 15 rabbits here. We use them for a lot of different things. They're our pets. Me and my sister show them in 4-H, and it all started when we got 2 mini Rexes given to us, and now it's grown into this whole little farm. So rabbits are definitely my first kind of passion in the animal world. So this is Misty. She is about 5 years old. She's a Netherland dwarf rabbit. She was given to me by a family that was moving overseas, so they could no longer keep her. And one thing that I really like to do with my rabbits, other than showing them in 4-H, is we take them to a lot of kids' birthday parties, Easter egg hunts, and we just think the community really likes them.
Because it's still a mobile unit, we can kind of repurpose this space for another need at a later date. Some of the things we've talked about is using it as an office space or a guest house. Maybe our daughters could take it to college and use it as a residence. So it gives us a lot of flexibility and versatility. When we made an investment in this little addition, we can use it in many ways for the future.
Thank you for watching this week's video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you soon with another tiny house or unique home tour.